This is CBC Nova Scotia News.
Tonight, Helping Hands, how a group in North Preston is tackling child poverty in the community.
Severe weather concerns. Christmas tree farmers in Nova Scotia feel the impact of climate change.
And glowing reef. This school project illuminates what lies beneath the ocean's surface.
Quiet on Friday, but our next storm, a nor'easter, rolling in Friday night, Saturday with significant snow for many. Your full forecast is coming up.
Good evening. A community group in North Preston says it's working hard to address the child poverty rates identified in a recent report.
That suggested 2/3 of children were living in poverty in the Black community in 2022. But as Gareth Hampshire tells us, a food network that helps out in the area says it has made a big difference since then.
Well before this week's report that calculated North Preston's child poverty rate as one of the highest in Nova Scotia at about 66%, a local community group got to work on the issue. The Preston Area Food Network cut the ribbon on a community food shed in Cherrybrook last year and has opened 2 more since then, including in North Preston.
We are dedicated to making sure that everyone is fed in the community of North Preston under the Preston Area Food Network. So if we need to do more work in that area, we definitely will.
The group holding a Christmas community dinner today is motivated to make sure families do not go without at any time of the year and credits the province for its support as well as people who make food donations.
This is why we do what we do, to try and make sure to help them out. There are people that at times that need stuff. Sometimes they don't want to ask, but doing these programs and events help them come out and get something that they need.
They cannot keep the sheds open during the winter because they're not yet heated and food has been freezing, but that's not stopping them. They opened them up last week to provide food for those who need it at Christmas and are continuing to support the communities by taking orders on the phone.
I deliver in the meantime, or get someone to deliver, and that has been successful, and we are hearing from the people that really are in need.
All of them believe things are a lot better since 2022, which the latest report referred to, because they've worked so hard to provide healthy food for people. However, they're continuing to build on their programs, so no one is left behind.
And to see the family, people coming to the network receiving food, they don't have to go into the city. It was very important. And then we get the chance to talk to them. It's nice.
The long-term plan to keep the food sheds open through next winter is to install solar power in the spring to heat the building and prevent the food from freezing. Gareth Hampshire, CBC News, North Preston.
Dozens of volunteers have been hard at work getting ready for Parker Street Food and Furniture Bank's annual Christmas hamper. After months of preparation, over 100,000 families from the Halifax area picked up their food and gifts today. The CBC's Selena Alders was there.
This line of people behind me represents only a fraction of the families that are coming to pick up their Christmas hampers from the Halifax Forum today. Over 1,000 families are getting assistance with food and toys from Parker Street this holiday season. Hello. Tamaj Mohammed has been using Parker Street's food bank for about 2 years to help feed her 6 children. She says she doesn't know what she'd do without its services.
It is helpful for everybody. Everybody will get the food. It's very good. The Parker Street Food Bank is very nice. There is very nice. We appreciate them.
Mohammed is one of the over 3,000 people that will benefit from this year's hamper, a number that only keeps going up.
We have seen actually a 30% increase in our clientele in the last 2 years, so the need is great.
The need is so great, registration for the program had to close months before the holidays.
You know, it's become more and more evident that this is a growing issue for the province. Childhood poverty and families not having necessarily enough to eat.
The holiday food boxes include all the fixings for a turkey or chicken dinner, along with some other basics. The Turkey Club, a local volunteer group, contributed $60,000 this year.
Knowing that while we're having dinner with our families, that families in need out there are also being able to enjoy the same.
With about 1 in 4 children in Nova Scotia living in poverty, programs like this one are critical. Roden says Parker Street's services will continue to expand in the years to come.
They're forced to make a choice right now. Are they going to keep the lights on, keep the heat on? Are they going to buy food? And most of the time, people will try to keep their lights on and pay the rent. And Parker Street is the avenue they turn to get the food support.
Selena Alders, CBC News, Halifax.
4 years after it was launched, a lawsuit filed against a Nova Scotia company for COVID-19 deaths has been certified as a class action. The suit names the Northwood Group of companies. Their massive Halifax nursing home complex was the scene of 53 COVID deaths at the height of the pandemic. The lawsuit alleges the companies failed to maintain adequate safety standards before the pandemic hit and didn't do what it should have during the pandemic.
All right, a lot of eyes on the weather forecast these next few days. Ryan Snoddon with us now.
Yeah, it could be some tricky travel.
Yeah. Saturday is not looking good for travel as nor'easter tracks in with significant snowfall across a good portion of the Maritimes. Most of Nova Scotia in that 15 to 30 centimeter zone, and amounts will drop off as we work our way east, given the snow will mix with 2 ice pellets, freezing rain, and even rain for Cape Breton, Antigonish, into Guysborough, possibly up towards Pictou and eastern Halifax County as well. And again, this all ramps up Friday night, and we'll be really into those snow at times, heavy bands Friday night and for Saturday morning. And the winds are going to be picking up as well. So blowing and drifting snow, especially in exposed areas, is going to be a factor making travel even trickier. That'll be the case Friday night and Saturday morning. Winds gusting 50 to even 60 kilometers per hour. And we could even see some stronger gusts along the Atlantic coastline Friday night and then into the afternoon along the Northumberland Strait. There's that mixing in the east. And then we will, as we move through the Saturday afternoon and Saturday evening time frame, taper off to flurries, but those northwest winds kicking in behind the system will continue to lead to blowing and drifting snow right through Saturday evening. And then as we move into the Sunday time period, a much better day for travel, no doubt about it, but we are looking at onshore flurries from the Northumberland shore and into Cape Breton as well. That's going to continue to be the forecast even into Monday. So better travel conditions, no doubt about it, Sunday and Monday, but still some onshore flurries to navigate in the east. We'll talk all about it with your full forecast and your 7-day coming up.
Lots to watch for.
Thanks,
Thanks, Ryan.
Thank you.
A poll of Canadian farmers found climate change and severe weather is the top issue for them in the next decade. Here in Nova Scotia, many farmers are already feeling the effect, including those growing Christmas trees. The CBC's Luke Ettinger reports.
Christmas trees arriving at the Nova Scotia legislature have the scent of the season, but temperatures during harvest are becoming anything but seasonal.
Remember years ago cutting trees, waiting in snow, and here we are on a mild day in December. Weather has really changed, and it has become rather uncomfortable at times dealing with this and trying to produce a tree that will sustain through the Christmas holiday.
The council has a climate adaptation strategy and has gone as far to hire a staff member dedicated to addressing the issue. And it's not just Christmas tree growers who are concerned about the changing climate. Recent polling commissioned by Farmers for Climate Solutions shows it is the top issue for agriculture nationwide and found there's an appetite to reduce emissions through new practices.
We really think this points to the need for more support in terms of financial support, technical information and training to allow farmers to take on these practices that they say they really are interested in.
Over 3/4 of those surveyed say severe weather has affected their operations in the last 5 years, and those on the front lines are looking to adapt.
We can grow things longer or different seasons. We can grow different produce. There's lots of different ways to look at it. So climate change does certainly bear negative impacts, but we may also be able to look at some of the more positive things that are coming out of it.
King says relief programs could be more predictable and tailored to provincial climate issues.
That's okay. We'll figure something out.
Nova Scotia Agriculture Minister Greg Morrow declined an interview with CBC News. In a statement, he says the department is working with farmers to navigate the changing climate. And the federal department says a summer meeting of all agriculture ministers addressed concerns about relief programs, but there's no details on any changes. As for Harlow, he's optimistic a re-elected Houston government will listen and continue to help his sector adapt.
Any type of help that's available certainly can help our industry and other industries.
Luke Ettinger, CBC News, Halifax.
Halifax drivers are getting more time to switch their MacPass devices. Halifax Harbour Bridges has been phasing out the old plastic transponders for new window stickers. They wanted people to switch by New Year's Eve, but now that deadline has been delayed thanks to a provincial election promise. Premier Tim Houston has said he would remove the bridge tolls by next April. The Bridge Commission says they will share more details about the MacPass switch once they have more information from the province. We have a correction from a story we brought you last night about the Celtic Colours Music Festival. There is a new transition board in place for the festival, and after a settlement was reached between the society that runs the festival and its former board of directors. We had mistakenly reported that the board had launched a lawsuit after being dismissed. In actual fact, the board had initially challenged their dismissal, but did not file a lawsuit. When the settlement was reached between the society and the board, the outgoing board resigned.
The National Oceanic and Atmospheric Administration says 2 North Atlantic right whales were seen entangled in fishing gear 50 miles southeast of Massachusetts. One of the entangled whales is a juvenile male with a thick line that crosses over his head and around his back. The administration says the whale will likely die from this injury. The second is an adult female with 2 lines coming off the left side of her mouth, extending a half to 2/3 of the way down the body. North Atlantic right whales are critically endangered with only 370 whales remaining. Fishing gear entanglements and boat strikes are top threats to the species.
Well, living on Nova Scotia's coast, students in Eastern Passage get to see the ocean every day.
But a new school-wide project at Horizon Elementary is allowing them to explore the depths below the water. The CBC's Angelique Patil has that story.
The big reveal. Students at Horizon Elementary School in Eastern Passage finally got to see their coral reef room. It's a glow-in-the-dark experience, highlighting creatures from under the sea. There are schools of fish, crabs, and a giant octopus overlooking it all.
I really liked it because I like a lot of colors and it's really colorful.
Every student at the primary to grade 3 school made something in this room. They worked on the sea creatures for about 3 weeks.
When we were making the crabs, it was really fun. We just painted all of it with special paint and glue, and then we covered it with this. Then we painted the another layer of it.
Melanie Kennedy Conrad came up with the concept. She's a fine arts specialist with Halifax Regional Centre for Education. She's also the one who made the giant octopus.
Well, this is a maritime community. Eastern Passage has made its living from the ocean for years. It's a fisher community, and we just thought it was kind of a neat connection to the community.
While making the sea creatures, the children learned about them too.
So when my grade 2s came in to make the sea anemones, we talked about how they're venomous, but clownfish are not affected, and the clownfish live in the sea anemones, so they're protected.
Kennedy Conrad has a background in blacklight puppetry. She said she began working on the background set in June. Once all the pieces were ready, she took 2 days to set up the room.
It is absolutely magical to see their faces, because the only thing that they saw before coming in was their own creature and not in the black light. And so for them to come around the corner and see this total wonder and magic on their faces, that honestly a few times it had me a little bit near tears.
Tears made possible through Halifax Regional Arts, a program funded by the municipality. Angelique Patil, CBC News, Eastern Passage.
There's a live look through the lens of our harbor cam this evening.
Quiet out there now.
Well, Ryan is busy in the weather center, though, because it's not going to be quiet for long. He's got quite a bit to talk about coming
lots of white stuff on the way and travel concerns and so on. We're going to talk more about that in just a few moments when we're right back. All right, let's talk snow. This sounds like an event.
It's always tricky this time of year.
Yeah, this is the first big one, right? We've had some shots of snow for many parts of the province, but not this much widespread. So this is the first big one, first nor'easter, and just falling on really the worst day.
I know.
You know, that I think most folks hoping to hit the roads and travel around. So impacted travel Saturday. The good news is it's really the only day of the 7-day forecast that looks not great.
Okay.
Have a look at current temperatures out there right now after the rain this morning. Temperatures are starting to slide. And yeah, we will be looking at temperatures back down to and below the freezing mark tonight. So watch for some icy patches to start the day tomorrow. Current winds, yeah, a bit breezy out there, no question. Seeing some gusts in the 40 to 50 kilometer per hour range in from the northwest, ushering in that cooler air mass. And you can see that the back edge of that system now moving out and across through Newfoundland as that low departs to the east. Got an area of high pressure moving in, reinforcing that northwest wind. And then we've got this low here moving into the Great Lakes, and this low here moving some moisture in from the south. And those are the two that will collide and merge and become that stronger nor'easter. As you can see, temperatures out west still quite chilly, minus 13 in Calgary, minus 20 in Regina. That is the cool air spilling into the Great Lakes right now, minus 1 in Toronto. And as we look closer to home here for tonight, temperatures are going to be right around minus 5 to minus 6. So any of that standing water is going to be freezing up, and the potential for some icy patches and black ice tomorrow morning. Heads up on that. Chance for showers and flurries clearing for Cape Breton. Temperatures there overnight minus 2 to about minus 4 in the coolest spots. There is the setup for tomorrow. Very quiet, mostly cloudy, but some breaks of sun. And we'll see some late day snow approaching in through the south and west. Those winds are going to be light. Temperatures tomorrow will be right around the freezing mark. They will become easterly throughout the day. We'll feel that easterly wind. And then here is the snow that arrives through Friday evening, more so into the overnight hours after midnight for most of us, but some steady snowfall bands in the darker blues and purples here starting to push their way in, and that will continue into Saturday morning. Now, you can see here, mixing for Cape Breton by Saturday morning or through Saturday morning, snow to ice pellets to some freezing rain, then eventually over to some rain. Cape Breton and Guysborough are a lock for that to happen at this point. Looking at Antigonish, Pictou, eastern Halifax County, the possibility of some ice pellets mixing in here as well. That's why snowfall totals will likely be a bit lower here as you transition over to the ice pellets and freezing rain. That's going to cut your snow accumulation off. Just west of that line is where we're going to see the heaviest snow. Halifax right on the border. I do think we could see some ice pellets mixing in on Saturday morning in the metro area for a time before we change back to flurries. And you can see further west, hanging on to that steady snow through Saturday morning, even into the afternoon as this starts to lift off to the north. Some lingering snow bands here. If we mix over to ice pellets, it goes back to flurries in the metro area Saturday afternoon with another dusting possible, but most of the accumulation Friday night into Saturday morning, especially here in through the south and west. Now, as we look into the Saturday evening time period, note the flurries still lingering. The Northumberland Strait, this is where we're going to be looking at the possibility of some additional accumulation through Saturday evening. Northerly winds, northwesterly winds gusting 40 to 60 kilometers per hour, but could see some gusts in the 70, even 80 kilometer per hour range along the strait there. There's another look at the snowfall map. And again, this is that heaviest snow zone. If the track is a bit further to the east, then we could see that line migrate eastward. If the track is further west, we could see that mixing, as I said, into the Halifax area, but even further to the west. But right now, pretty good consistency on what you just saw there. Note the onshore flurries and the risk for snow squalls in Cape Breton on Sunday and down towards the Northumberland shore. That'll be the case into Monday as well. The risk for onshore flurries, maybe a snow squall or two, Sunday into Monday. Otherwise, nice travel and that snow sticking around with some very chilly conditions right through until the big guy arrives on Christmas Eve.
Chilly
it's going to
indeed.
happen soon.
Okay, thanks, Ryan.
Thanks, Ryan.
Thank you.
Coming up, preserving Acadian history, the race to save Église Saint-Marie, North America's largest wooden church. A landmark Acadian church in Clare facing demolition is the subject of a last-ditch community effort to save the 120-year-old structure. Église Saint-Marie, the tallest wooden church in North America, is in desperate need of repairs. Gabriel Bardal is part of the community group trying to save the church. So there have been many attempts to try and change this in the past, one way or another. What's different about this approach?
Well, thanks for having us here tonight. We are excited. We've just started within 2 weeks, and we've gotten an incredible amount of support around this topic internationally, nationally, and locally. There's been years of efforts around this, but we think that there's still a fresh look into this. For one, the ownership of the church has been, or the ownership of this church has been with the diocese for all of these years, which means that a lot of funding opportunities for it have been closed at this time. So we're looking into those directions. We're also receiving testimonies and advice from across the country from different groups and public organizations that have found really creative ways of solving this type of thing through public and private partnerships and others. So we feel that there is a lot left to be done, both financially exploring, as well as getting some of the key facts that will help us lay out a reasonable business plan.
I want to ask you about that because you do want to try and nail down some of the facts because there's been a lot of talk over the years as well, and some of it may be somewhat misguided. What is it you're trying to get to the bottom of there with the fact search?
Well, first of all, we would want to make sure that there is a proper structural engineering report that's conducted by a specialist in heritage architecture. This church in particular, a former church I should say, is of national, if not international status. And working with an architectural firm that recognizes that and works to those standards will help us create a business plan to meet those goals. So that's the first thing. And also there's a lot of important work to be done in terms of due diligence for documenting the site. 3D laser imagery and other things like this will help us preserve the knowledge that's contained in this building and its legacy for future generations.
Some people will think, okay, you're going to need millions and millions of dollars, all of it all at once to get it all done, but an engineering report might enlighten you a little bit in that regard as well.
Yeah, absolutely. The building is considered to be structurally sound. We know that there's serious problems with the envelope of it and also a leaky roof. But we don't necessarily need all that money the first day. Having an engineering report will help us understand if this can be done incrementally, to understand what the sequence of repairs needs to be, and to come up with a longer-term plan.
Is there any sense that some people, a group of people will come forward with some money? I mean, it is going to take ultimately some money to fix this.
Oh, it'll absolutely take money to fix this. We're starting small. We encourage viewers tonight to check out our webpage and help us with our GoFundMe campaign for the engineering report, which will lay down these facts. But over the course of time, this will take a large integrative effort, and we see a role for major institutions, federal, provincial, as well as private actors within the region and the province, investing in this as part of a bigger plan for the entire region and community. I
noticed that you had talked about maybe a possible cultural and economic renewal for the structure. What might that look like?
Well, a cultural renewal, I think, first of all, would be giving the world the opportunity to see just how powerful this site is. It is an integral part of the local Acadian population. It is a story of 1,500 local volunteers that built this, that donated the materials for it, many of whom don't have some of these materials in their own homes still today because they're in the church. But we want to tell that story to the world. And by making the site accessible, by opening the doors up to those stories, we will be able to do that. And in terms of economic drivers, it is one of the leading, if not the leading, historical structure site to visit within the region. It is the second biggest wooden historical building in the world today. You'd have to go to China to see anything bigger. And that contributes to the local economy in a big way. Rural Acadian communities like this need to see that type of investment. They need to diversify how they're doing their businesses, and we think this is an important way to get there.
It's been a couple of weeks for you already at the front end of this. What is your sort of timeline for this project? What do you see the next 6 months or a year or so looking like?
Well, the diocese has given us, they're not willing to extend their timeline at the moment, but they are giving us until relatively June to come up with a viable plan, which is a monumental undertaking. As I said, we're doing it in steps. We want to start with an engineering report to get the facts and to know which direction to take this. And from there, we expect to develop a business plan to look at these options for adaptive reuse. We know from an earlier plan that the building can, in fact, be self-sufficient financially, but we're going to determine what those paths will look like and take fundraising from there.
Unlikely that it would be used as a church? again?
Unlikely that it will be used as a church again, but it still has a lot to offer the community and the province.
What a view from the top, that steeple, if you can get up there.
I can't wait to see it. It was been closed since my time here, but many of the people in the community that have been a part of this have been sharing their stories and have fond memories of looking out from up there.
Maybe some sightseeing opportunities there.
I hope so.
Lovely to talk to you. Thank you very much.
Thank you.
Coming up, CBC News has learned Prime Minister Trudeau will shuffle his cabinet on Friday as Chrystia Freeland's bombshell departure earlier this week.
And the man accused of killing a U.S. healthcare executive is back in New York to face federal charges. Welcome back. CBC News has learned that Prime Minister Justin Trudeau is set to announce a major cabinet shuffle tomorrow. There's been plenty of turmoil within the Liberal caucus, and a number of ministers have left.
Several members of the Prime Minister's front bench have been doing double and even triple duty as the calls for Trudeau to resign get louder. The CBC's Ashley Burke takes a look at what we can expect.
The Prime Minister is still nowhere to be seen. Holed up in his office as calls grow louder from some of his own MPs to resign, and cabinet ministers trying to fend off questions about it.
There's a lot of discussions about what is going to transpire or not. I cannot provide you clarity and answers about people's futures.
But as Justin Trudeau reflects on his future, he also has a country to run and a major crisis to deal with, Donald Trump's tariff threats. Sources say he's shuffling his cabinet tomorrow after 8 ministers in recent months said they're retiring or stepping down.
I want to spend more time with my kids. And
on Monday, the housing minister called it quits. And in a stunning move, Trudeau's finance minister resigned. Sources said the Prime Minister told Chrystia Freeland he wanted to put former Bank of Canada Governor Mark Carney into the job, but he hadn't said yes. When Freeland stepped down, it sent the government into a tailspin, scrambling for a replacement. Sources said Minister François-Philippe Champagne took himself out of the running for the job before Trudeau offered it to Dominic LeBlanc, who now says Carney is out.
Mr. Carney isn't about to become Canada's finance minister in the short term. The Prime Minister asked me to start that work and to get ready for a budget in the spring.
Sources say Trudeau's cabinet shuffle tomorrow is consequential and involves at least 10 people. Have you been told at all?
I read it in the news, and speculation is speculation, and we'll see. Like I got no idea.
But since his comment yesterday, CBC News and Radio Canada have learned he's being tapped for housing minister and David McGuinty as public safety minister. This cabinet shuffle is one way for the Prime Minister to try and calm the waters and buy himself more time to figure out if he'll stay or go. Ashley Burke, CBC News, Ottawa.
He's not yet president, but Donald Trump's influence already looms large, and he may have triggered a U.S. government shutdown just ahead of the holidays. Trump and billionaire Elon Musk are forcing the Republicans to renegotiate a bipartisan budget plan. Richard Madden has the details.
House Republicans are in an urgent scramble to keep America's government open after a massive spending bill both parties agreed upon was blown up by incoming President Donald Trump and his influential advisor, billionaire Elon Musk. Now, this first bill took months to negotiate. It would have funded the government until next spring, but it also included unrelated spending, billions to farmers, disaster assistance, and a pay raise for lawmakers. So Musk, appointed by Trump to oversee government spending, took to his platform X and trashed it, even warning Republicans of their political demise if they supported it. Trump later echoed Musk's concerns, and Republicans quickly got the message and fell in line. Some are now even applauding Musk's calls for a shutdown.
The American people, just in this election cycle, said we want to reject the status quo. And frankly, what you saw is why are billionaires like Elon Musk, Donald Trump, and Vivek Ramaswamy connecting more with regular working class people? Voters in my district weren't calling. I had no calls all week to say, please vote for this. Instead, I had people all week, you're not going to vote for this, are you?
A government shutdown would cut the payrolls of thousands of government workers right before Christmas. It would reduce staffing at airports and shut down national parks, calling into question America's reliability to pay its bills. Democrats blamed the chaos and dysfunction on Republicans, some questioning who's actually in charge of their party, Trump or Musk.
Do you believe we're headed towards a shutdown?
Well, if the Republicans insist on this lunacy, then yes, I suppose we will, and it'll be their fault that Americans don't get disaster relief, that Americans don't get their Social Security checks. That is on the Republicans. Mike Johnson negotiated a deal with Leader Jeffries and Chuck Schumer and Joe Biden. And now he's reneging on the deal because the shadow president, Elon Musk, said that we shouldn't be doing this deal. So this is on them. They're going to have to figure their way out of it.
House Republicans have until Friday at midnight to come up with a new plan to avert a government shutdown during the peak of the Christmas holiday season. Richard Madden, CBC News, Washington.
The man accused of killing a U.S. healthcare executive earlier this month is back in New York. Brian Thompson was shot to death on a busy street in Midtown Manhattan. The suspect, Luigi Mangione, has been charged with a number of counts by New York State, including murder as an act of terrorism. That carries a maximum sentence of life in prison. Mangione is also facing new federal charges, including murder, stalking, and firearms offenses. Some of those offenses carry the death penalty.
A rape case that made headlines around the world has drawn to a close. A French man who has been sentenced to 20 years in prison for drugging his wife, raping her, and inviting dozens of strangers to abuse her. The victim, Giselle Pellicot, allowed the trial to be public and is being celebrated for her decision. Sarah Levitt has more.
Surrounded by throngs of media and flanked by police, Giselle Pellicot makes a triumphant exit from court into a crowd of loyal supporters. The 72-year-old inspiring to many for her courage and strength as her husband and dozens of others stood trial for drugging and raping her for years. The verdicts came down Thursday, one after the other, guilty, guilty, guilty. Most carted away. I have confidence, she says, that the future holds the possibility of women and men living with respect and mutual understanding. During the trial, Giselle described her 50-year relationship with Dominique Pellicot as a happy one. She had no idea that at home, he was secretly drugging her food and recruiting men online to rape her while she was unconscious, telling them to park here by the sports field in their town of Mazon to conceal what would be going on just 100 meters away. Eventually caught, police found 20,000 explicit videos and photos of the rapes. In court, in front of Giselle, the accused men learned their fate. 47, guilty of rape, including one of raping his own wife, 2 of attempted rape, and 2 others of sexual assault. The heaviest sentence handed down to Dominique Pellicot, 20 years in prison, the maximum. His lawyer says they haven't decided yet if he'll appeal. The other men received between 3 and 15 years, below what the prosecution had hoped for. A few of them walk free with suspended sentences or having already served their time. Those decisions disappointing Pellicot's children and enraging others. This supporter says it's making a mockery of sexual assault victims. Giselle, though, says she respects the decision of the judges. We only know Giselle's name because she wanted us to, demanding this trial play out in public because the shame wasn't hers. She also used the last name Pellicot during the trial, though she's no longer married, to reclaim it for her grandchildren. Now she's shed it, going back to her maiden name as she tries to begin life anew. Sarah Levitt, CBC News, London.
Israel and Houthi rebels based in Yemen have exchanged another round of attacks. The Houthis have been disrupting shipping in the region and firing missiles into Israel in solidarity with other Iran-backed groups, Hamas and Hezbollah. Israel has pledged further retaliation. Crystal Gamansing has the latest.
Starting very early this morning, Israel and Houthi rebels exchanged strikes. Debris from a partially intercepted missile destroyed 2 floors of a school in Ramat Gan in the Tel Aviv district, while energy and infrastructure locations in rebel-held territory in Yemen were destroyed, killing 9 people. Israel's Prime Minister Benjamin Netanyahu said when it acts against the Houthis, an Iranian-backed group, it's for the entire international community. Meanwhile, 2 internationally recognized groups denounced Israel's actions in Gaza. Human Rights Watch accuses Israel of denying those in Gaza sufficient amounts of clean water needed to survive, labeling Israel's actions as acts of genocide and extermination. The claims were vehemently denied by the spokesperson for Israel's foreign ministry. Oren Marmestein wrote on the social media platform X that Human Rights Watch is once more spreading its blood libels in order to promote its anti-Israel propaganda. Now, Doctors Without Borders also published a critical report Thursday describing the besieged strip as a death trap. The group says its staff have endured 41 attacks, including violent incidents such as airstrikes, incursions into health facilities, and direct fire on shelters and convoys, noting 8 colleagues have been killed. It is again calling for a ceasefire and for the, quote, shameful and extreme rationing of humanitarian aid in Gaza to stop. For more than a year now, Israeli officials have stated they comply with international law and accuse Hamas and other militants of looting aid trucks. Crystal Gamansing, CBC News, London.
Donald Trump's return to the White House is being seen in one province as an opportunity to recruit doctors from the U.S. Karen Pauls explains.
A healthy Manitoba needs healthy doctors behind it.
Doctors Manitoba is always recruiting, but now they've kicked things up a notch, targeting North Dakota, Florida, and other states where bans or proposed bans on abortion and gender-affirming care limit how some doctors can treat their patients.
When we saw the clouds forming, I suppose, as the U.S. election approached, we knew that there may be some physicians that might be looking for a different environment in which to work.
Are you going to recommend an end to polio vaccines?
That environment includes vaccine skeptic Robert F. Kennedy Jr., President-elect Donald Trump's nominee for U.S. Health Secretary.
In the States, it's much more fraught.
Dr. Allison Carlton and her wife moved to Manitoba from Iowa after Trump won in 2016, partly because of the cost of operating a solo family practice and partly because of the political environment.
We did a lot of transgender care. I wouldn't be able to do that anymore.
According to Doctors Manitoba, the province has the fewest family physicians per capita in Canada. Meanwhile, a new report shows the rate of new family doctors across Canada has slowed, and they're seeing fewer patients because of aging population and increasingly complex patients, team-based care that includes other health professionals, the ability of nurse practitioners and pharmacists to prescribe and treat minor ailments, the administrative burden, and need for a better work-life balance.
So a number of those changes are very recent. And so looking at the data in the years to come, we'll really start to identify how that impacts access to care for Canadians, the health outcomes from that care, and the overall health of the health workforce.
And how it impacts on physician recruitment.
Come to Manitoba. It's beautiful, it's friendly, and you can practice medicine in the way that you were educated and in the way that you believe is true and just between you and your patient.
Our journey.
Karen Pauls, CBC News, Winnipeg.
A 101-year-old PEI woman had the time of her life when her wish to see a live skating show came true. Fern Edgecombe was nominated to go see Stars on Ice in St. John's through an organization that grants wishes to seniors. Laura Meter has her story.
And this is where we were first.
Fern Edgecombe is home now, but she's still feeling the excitement from her recent trip she had with her daughter. The 101-year-old PEI woman was granted a wish to see a Stars on Ice show in Newfoundland.
They paid our way over to St. John's, paid the hotel. Everything was paid for, and it was just delightful.
So what time of year was that, Mom?
Her daughter nominated her for the wish. Fern Edgecombe had always loved skating as a young girl. She used to skate on a lake in Dartmouth in the 1940s and would skate almost every night in the winter.
We would go after supper and stay for a couple hours up on the lake, and the skating was always good.
Going to a big skating show seemed like a perfect idea.
She was pretty thrilled. Yes, yeah, she was excited. She loved Stars on Ice because of the costumes.
They'd come out on the ice and it'd be, before you know it, they're at the other end of the rink, and they could do twirls or do anything. And one fellow could go up, do somersaults.
The charity We Are Young, which granted the wish, wants seniors to feel good and have a sense of belonging and adventure. The group says older people are often forgotten about and not asked about what their dreams are or what they'd like to do.
You know, for some seniors to be able to grant their wishes, we know the impact it can create and the transformation it can create to someone just like Fern.
Fern Edgecombe is actually the oldest wish recipient so far for the charity. You wouldn't know it by how fast she walks and how sharp she is.
Oh, this is too easy.
And she just keeps going and going, and she keeps smiling. So no, she's really special.
And coming back, we were marveling how much fun it was.
They hope lots of other seniors will get wishes too. Laura Meter, CBC News, Charlottetown.
All right, travel plans for the weekend. I think some of us have already changed some of our travel plans.
Yeah, we have. But as you say, on the other end, it's a white Christmas.
Yeah. Positives, negatives, for sure. And yeah, I can only imagine that Sunday will then be very busy out and about with folks trying to get a few last minute errands tied up.
Yourself included?
Myself included. Have a look at our viewer picture of the day. And this is a great one. We're back to the Southwest, third day in a row, just the way that it's rolled this week with Clyde River. Beautiful shot.
Ooh. That is nice.
Nice sunset shot there. Thanks to Jane for sharing this. Fantastic. Ryan's picks at cbc.ca. Tomorrow is super quiet. As I said earlier in the program, just watch for some icy patches early on in the day. You know, given all the moisture today, then things freeze up tonight. Could see some patchy black ice tomorrow morning. So a heads up on that. There's the forecast for Saturday, beginning
Colorful.
very colorful. Friday night, in fact, Friday evening. I should probably change that banner because it will begin Friday evening in through the south and west. So they're in through the south and west. This is probably by around midnight. We'll see that snow have pushed even up towards the North Shores. It will track in pretty quickly Friday evening through the overnight and continuing into Saturday morning. And you can see those winds first from the northeast with those arrows coming from the northeast, widespread gusts in the 50-60 range, and then into the afternoon, we're going to be seeing a shift to southwest winds. So blowing and drifting snow will continue to be a factor even into Saturday evening after the system has departed. Lingering flurries, onshore flurries Sunday, Monday with a risk of snow squalls for Cape Breton and the North Shore, and then quieter as we welcome Santa.
For sure. Good. Well, Christmas is now less than a week away, and the spirit of the holiday season is shining bright in households all over the country.
But some families can be a lot more intense about it than others, as the CBC's Robin Miller found out.
Everybody come out quick, look at the lights!
Move over, Clark Griswold. Sean Turcotte is in town.
I believe we have the brightest house in the city. I know because I pay the hydro bills. We have completely maxed out our electrical capacity.
With movie quality props, lifelike cutouts, quotes,
"Is your house on fire, Clark?"
and 7,500 bulbs, the home is hard to beat.
The great pride that we have is we've stuck with the old-fashioned lights. These are the old-fashioned glass incandescent C9 bulbs that we all grew up with back in the day.
But it's not the only decked-out house in the city. Taffy Lane is a must-visit. Nearly every house gets in the spirit.
It's just special. It's Christmassy. It's if you don't believe, come to Taffy Lane. You'll believe.
It has the latest, the greatest, but also the most nostalgic. Like here, where these Santas represent tradition.
My nanny passed away 5 years ago, a week before Christmas, so I kind of do it for her and for other seniors and families and kids to come for a free activity and forget about all your worries in the world.
Leaving your worries behind. It's also easy here with a custom-built Ferris wheel.
It started a few years ago. I just, started, looking at the house and thinking, well, I need a few more lights. And so a few more lights became a few more lights, and then it kind of grew from there.
The snowball effect. It happens a lot.
We started off small, and then it just kind of blew up from there. A big part of our display is we wanted that family feel.
Merry Christmas!
Their elaborate display even has approval from the man himself.
I think this display is quite magical. It gets the ho-ho-ho of approval.
Back in Stittsville, the Turcottes say, sadly, this will be their last year.
So right now, it still feels awesome and the same feeling of fulfillment that we've always had because there's so many people still coming. Afterwards in January, I think it'll sink in that that's it.
Which means the title for Best and Brightest will be up for grabs next year. Robin Miller, CBC News, Ottawa.
And Santa's there too.
That's true.
Best. That's it for us tonight. Thanks so much for watching. We'll see you next time.
Good night.
Good night.